show up. You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives. And
she wants more unrest in the streets. She's not satisfied yet. Pressley sitting on her comfortable perch far away from the burned out neighborhoods, the boarded up stores, the looting, the rioting, the assaults, the murder, the children in cancer treatment centers laying in their beds in terror as they listen to the gunshots, as we talked about last week. Pressley, insulated from all of that, insulated from the chaos and death and destruction, wants more of it, wants it to continue. That's her unity. And she's not alone in the Democrat Party, not at all. In fact, Now, let's look at some other examples of this unrest in the street. This is from last night in Portland. A BLM mob caused a man to crash his truck, then knocked him unconscious and left him bleeding in the street. And then they did this.
Hey, bro, you're not leaving, bro. You're not leaving.
He's been trouble.
You just shut the up, nigga. What you talking about? You right here. What you talking about? What you talking about? You weren't trying to hurt nobody.
Not you, bro.
I ain't trying to hurt nobody. You gonna burn out, buddy. Watch the out. What you talking about? Burns out. Chill, chill, chill. Hey, chill. You talking about? You talking about? That's on me, nigga. I'm going over, nigga.
And after all of that, of course, they robbed his truck because why not? All in the name of justice, okay, just so you know. And so we go back to our original question. What do they mean by unity? They want to unite America. Well, how so? Unite us all in our shared affection for beating white men unconscious? Is that the idea? Well, sort of, yeah. When they say unite, if you do not share their ideology and affirm it absolutely, and especially if you're not in an approved victim group, then they're not looking to unite with you, but rather to unite around a shared hatred of you. The uniting principle is one of vengeance and hatred, and it's vengeance against and hatred of you. That is their unity. Why do you think they won't stand for the anthem? Because it's too inclusive. Oh, say does that Star-Spangled Banner yet wave over the land of the free, the home of the brave? That's far too unifying. All right, number one, let me start with this. First of all, can I just say at the outset that I love controversies as much as the next guy, more than the next guy probably. I live for it. It's great. People fighting, disagreeing, getting all offended about stuff. I'm into it. I really am. But every once in a while, a controversy pops up that I just can't get into. I can't bring myself to care. And we are in one of those news cycles right now, and it's really killing me. This Postal Service stuff. There's a lot of controversy surrounding the Postal Service and mail-in voting, and I can't even continue talking about it right now because I might fall asleep in the middle of speaking. That's how boring it is to me. I tried. So here I am, left out while people care about this for 37 seconds. But it's a torturous 37 seconds because I feel so excluded. But all of that said, I did appreciate this at least. This was the closest I could come to being interested, which is right here. You can see the footage, a protest at the Postmaster General's house. These are people who are concerned that their ability to vote by mail is being blocked by Trump and the general. I don't know if he's a real general, but anyway, that's what I call him. But the funny thing, of course, is that they want to do mail-in voting because they don't want to have to go out in public and vote because they're afraid of the virus, yet they're out in public in a large group protesting that they might have to be out in public in a much smaller group to vote. So it's just, this is part of the scientific discovery process that's been very interesting, really fascinating, frankly, to learn more and more about this virus each day. Because at first we thought, it's a virus, it can infect anyone really. Certain demographics are not as susceptible, of course, like children, but you figure like it's just a virus, and that's what you think. But then we learned that it really only infects you at church, at school, or during anti-lockdown protests, or while voting in person. But it doesn't infect you at Walmart, at Target, at BLM protests, or while protesting voting in person. So like I said, fascinating stuff. And this is why I just love science. I love learning things like this. It really is just a lot of fun.